Hi, I'm joined this afternoon by Wendy Burke, Director of Public Health for North Tyneside, and I just thought it'd be really useful from the North Tyneside business point of view if we could have a clear understanding, if that's possible, as to what's going on. We've had a lot of conflicting messages, and first of all, thank you so much for spending some time with us, because I know you're going to be inundated with messages and calls and interviews. Wendy, what's going on? What we need to know.
Thanks, Karen. Lovely to be here. Okay, so yesterday there was a lot of confusion about the statement that the government had issued as part of their guidance for the 8 areas in the country that have got cases of the variant of concern, the Indian variant. So late last night, the guidance was updated, and that was really welcome. So, and I'm really pleased to be able to confirm that actually there are no travel restrictions in place for North Tyneside or any of the other 7 areas with cases of variant of concern, so the Indian variant. And people can come to and from North Tyneside. They can come and visit us. They can come and visit our attractions. They can come and participate in our hospitality trade. They can come and visit us for a holiday. There are no travel restrictions, and that's really, really good news. What we do ask is that people are cautious when they do that, and that they adhere to the rules currently that are out there for the number of people that you can mix with, that they use the public health measures to keep themselves safe, such as hands, face and space, and that they don't go out if they feel poorly, if they've got symptoms, that they stay at home and self-isolate and get a test. So it's really good news for our businesses in North Tyneside. So, you know, we have made it really clear that our businesses are open and they're ready to welcome both residents and also visitors from outside. And I think my message to our businesses today in North Tyneside is to have confidence in your COVID secure measures. We know that you've got the risk assessments in place. We know that you've got the measures in place that need to be there. Our public protection team has visited a huge number of the businesses across the borough, and actually, you know, there have been very few issues that the team have picked up. So be confident in the measures that you've got in place, and as I say, be ready to welcome both residents and visitors into the area.
This is it. They need to be confident, and they should be confident because of the work, both yourselves and the forum. We've been working together on this since it started. You know, you and I obviously meet regularly as well, and it's getting that message across to them that they can still welcome people. They can welcome locals as well as those from outside the area with sensible precautions, and that they can do this. We've had quite a few messages from business saying that they've had people cancel bookings, which, you know, nobody wants. We understand why, because of the message that was given out, but I have to say a big thank you to you and your team for trying to get this resolved yesterday. I'm sure it wasn't an easy task, so thank you for that. But yeah, it's getting that message to businesses that, and to the public, that people can come and visit North Tyneside. They don't have to stop at the borders. They can come in, they can visit the shops, they can visit the cafes, the bars, the restaurants, just being sensible about it.
Exactly.
We've got lots of messages that have been going out. We're working together on those again. One of the other questions I wanted to raise as well about testing as well. Could you explain to people what the latest testing situation is? Because there's a bit of confusion on that as well, please.
Yes, of course. So we've got a range of surge testing in place across the borough that will run until the bank holiday Monday. And what that is that's additional testing to what was already available. So businesses will be aware there was already the availability of testing for anybody who had symptoms. So we've got 2 test sites for people who are symptomatic in the borough. We've got one at the parks, and we've got one in Wallsend, Coronation Street car park. We also have the ability for people to participate in twice weekly asymptomatic testing by getting the kits from the pharmacy. And we know that some workplaces and some of our businesses have got test sites set up within their workplace. So that's what's available already. What we've put in place in addition to that is something called surge testing. And that really is just to help us identify more cases of COVID-19, because we know that people are asymptomatic when they have the disease. So what we've done is we've put 2 mobile test units in North Shields, Wallsend and at Shire Moor, and they're offering PCR tests. And they are also for people who don't have symptoms. And that is in our drive to try and pick up a few more cases. So that we can stop transmission, because if we can identify the cases, we can help people to self-isolate, we can identify the contacts and get them tested. So anybody can go to those mobile test units and get a test. If they're asymptomatic, if they don't have symptoms, they don't need to self-isolate while they wait for a result. In addition to that, we're also knocking on some people's doors in some targeted areas of the borough. Our colleagues from the Fire and Rescue Service are helping us with that, and that went live today. And again, we're offering PCR tests on the doorstep for people who don't have any symptoms, but who might just want to take a test. It's helpful to have that in place. And I think it's helpful for our businesses, because actually if people are out and about at the weekend, and they might be, concerned that they might have come into contact with a case of COVID-19. And if they're a bit anxious about that, then they can take themselves off to one of the mobile test sites and get a PCR test.
Okay, and it's that whole asymptomatic thing as well, when people don't know that they may be carrying something.
Exactly.
So to encourage any business, any size, because the bigger businesses get the tests, but the smaller business as well, the one-man bands can still go and get free testing. And you're suggesting, is it twice a week as well, you were saying?
Yes, so the kits that you can collect can be collected from any community pharmacy, so they're widespread, and you go and pick your kits up, and we recommend that you do that asymptomatic testing twice a week. And if you were to get a positive result from those tests, which are called lateral flow devices, then you would go and get what's called a confirmatory PCR test at either the parks or the test site in Coronation Street in Wallsend.
That's great. Thank you so much, Wendy. And thank you for your time this afternoon, because I know you're dashing between interviews, but we just really wanted to get the message out to the business, the community, that we are open. We are here. We're ready to welcome visitors. Obviously, it's a bank holiday weekend coming up. As long as everybody's safe and sensible and takes the precautions, we can still welcome our visitors, and we hope everybody has a successful weekend in the best way that they can.
Absolutely. It's really important. It's really important that we see our economy bounce back. We want it to be vibrant in North Tyneside, and we want people to come and visit our fantastic businesses and the services that they offer, Karen.
We have a great bunch of people here, don't we? So we need to get people to know all about everybody that's here in North Tyneside. So thank you again, Wendy. Really appreciate your time today. I'll leave you to it, because I'm sure you've got lots more to dash to. But again, thank you very much.
Pleasure.